By now, you've probably seen the clips of old Joe angrily shouting at the American people during his State of the Union address, as if we were a group of kids on his lawn, and hopefully you saw Marjorie Taylor Greene confronting him and shaming him into finally mentioning Laken Riley's name. If not, I'll try to remember to leave a link to my previous analysis of the State of the Union train wreck down in the description below. But did you know that he basically read the same speech from last year's State of the Union, word for word, which was also copied from the previous year's State of the Union, word for word? Take a look at this brilliant compilation that was put together by a meme maker named Dilley Memes, who is part of a very creative group called the Dilley Meme Team, which the Marxist Democrats want criminally investigated for supposedly violating campaign finance laws because they're making memes making fun of Joe Biden. And the Marxists are claiming that they are in-kind contributions to the Trump campaign, and they're not being reported as such, and thus are crimes. I'm being 100% serious, but before I get into that, let's have some fun.
For too many decades, we imported projects and exported jobs. Now, thanks to what you've all done, we're exporting American products and creating American jobs. Now, instead of importing foreign products and exporting American jobs, we're exporting American products and creating American jobs. Build the economy from the bottom up and the middle out, not from the top down. To build an economy from the bottom up and the middle out, not from the top down. Building an economy from the middle out and the bottom up, not the top down. We're the only nation on earth that has always turned every crisis we faced into an opportunity. We're the only country that has emerged from every crisis we've ever entered stronger than we got into it. This year, COVID-19 no longer need control our lives. Today, COVID no longer controls our lives. The pandemic no longer controls our lives. The only nation that can be defined by a single word, possibilities. Actually, I can define it in one word, and I mean this. Possibilities. Possibilities. I'm a capitalist. Look, I'm a capitalist. I'm a capitalist. I'm a capitalist. Let's pass the PRO Act. Pass the PRO Act. Pass the PRO Act. And extend the child tax credit. And let's restore the full child tax credit. Restore that child tax credit. If you travel 20 miles east of Columbus, Ohio, you'll see a field of dreams. Outside of Columbus, Ohio, on 1,000 acres. Literally a field of dreams.
It goes on for another few minutes. Maybe I'll play the rest of it at the end of the video. But as you can imagine, the Democrats are very upset about compilations and memes like this. And meme makers like C3P Meme, who's been making these brilliant face swap memes.
You know, there's been zero evidence. Zero evidence. You can ask me, how can Obama be the hidden puppet master for this administration? But there's no evidence. There's no evidence. There's no evidence that Obama is Joe's puppet master. There's none. Absolutely none.
So this group of meme makers that call themselves the Dilley Meme Team are basically a group of fans that have coalesced around a streamer named Brendan Dilley, and they've been making fantastic memes for I don't even know how long. But because Brendan Dilley has attended various events at Mar-a-Lago and was seen photographed with President Trump at a college football game, the liberal media is extremely furious at the Dilley Meme Team, and so the New York Times is leading the charge to have them criminally investigated. This is a reprint of the New York Times article in another outlet. The New York Times article is behind a paywall, so I couldn't access it, but this is the same article. Inside the troll army waging Trump's online campaign. The article goes on to dox C3P Meme, mentioning his real name, which the New York Times dug up, the career that he's in, and where he lives, trying to get him obviously fired from his job. And they're literally claiming that because the Trump campaign gave a suggestion to the meme makers, that is the campaign colluding with what they're calling a super PAC. The group of meme makers they're claiming is a super PAC, even though none of them are getting paid. They all make the memes for free. It wouldn't even matter if Brendan Dilley is paying them, commissioning them to make the memes. Now they're literally claiming that they're committing campaign finance crimes and they want them arrested. And let me remind you that the Biden Justice Department already arrested a meme maker, Douglas Mackey, for a meme that he had posted 5 years earlier when he was joking about Democrats texting in their vote for Hillary, and he was found guilty by a New York liberal jury, and he was sentenced to 7 months in prison for a meme. The New York Times piece goes on, because the Dilley Meme Team's content is shared on the internet rather than on television or radio, it generally isn't subject to laws requiring ads to include disclosure about who paid for them. If it goes on the internet, there's essentially no regulation, said Richard L. Hassan, an elections law expert at the University of California, Los Angeles. And without regulation, he added, it's impossible to know who's paying for the content. But campaign finance experts pointed to two other unknowns about the Dilley Meme Team's operations: coordination, conspiracy, collusion, and compensation. If a group is receiving compensation to help a candidate get elected, then it could be considered a super PAC and should be registered and reporting its donors and spending. So if any of these meme makers were invited to events at Mar-a-Lago or invited to campaign rallies with Donald Trump, now they're trying to claim that that was compensation to them and that they're operating a super PAC and that they're violating the law. They're criminals for making memes. If it is not compensated but is coordinating with the campaign, then it may run afoul of strict limits on in-kind contributions, said Paul S. Ryan, who serves as the Deputy Executive Director of the Pro-Democracy Group Funders Committee for Civil Participation. Memes created with input from the campaign, he said, are just as good as a direct contribution to the campaign and may be worth far more than the 6,600 individual limit per election cycle. So because President Trump thought it would be cool to update the meme and add 2 additional clips, now they're trying to claim that that was a crime. And they're claiming that because President Trump sent him some autographed Make America Great Again hats that they say can be sold for as much as $1,000 on the secondary market, that's another crime. President Trump sent him VIP tickets to a rally in Florida, which the New York Times says could be sold for as much as $1,500 a piece. So another crime. Dinesh D'Souza was indicted for campaign finance violations by the Obama administration because he actually technically did violate the rules and did do something stupid. And because the NSA is spying on everyone, he got caught. He narrowly avoided prison, but he was sentenced to 8 months in a community confinement center because he made a campaign contribution to somebody and then he convinced a friend of his to make a campaign contribution as well. And then he compensated his friend for that contribution because you're only allowed to make a certain limit of contributions. And of course, they found out about that because you can't hide anything from the NSA. Now, the Dilley Meme Team isn't even doing anything remotely wrong, but of course, the Marxist Democrats want them criminally investigated, and if they can't get them on any trumped-up charges, then they want new legislation passed to basically ban the meme makers from making funny memes for free. And aside from the New York Times calling for a criminal investigation and the banning of memes, they also made a video version, a vlog version of their ridiculous story.
For the past few months, I've been following a crew of mostly anonymous video makers who have been putting out hundreds, if not thousands, of short video clips that have been used to help Donald Trump get elected in 2024 and to attack his enemies. The kind of viral memes that this group produces are not new. We've been seeing them for well over a decade on the internet. But what makes these ones stand apart is the coordinated efforts by an entire group with one goal in mind, and also the very slick and sophisticated way they put these out.
They're awesome.
There are 2 big takeaways here. One is regulatory. Unlike TV ads or radio commercials, political content on the internet has few, if any, regulations about transparency or even the political endorsement of the message. The second concern is that if the Dilley Meme Team is successful and Donald Trump is able to retake the White House, we could expect other politicians to recruit their own meme teams. And that could mean we might see a lot more content just like this in the future.
The Dilley Meme Team may very well be playing a pivotal role in getting Donald Trump reelected in 2024, and so the New York Times has to stop them. They really thought by now the majority of Republicans and the Republican Party itself would have turned their back on Donald Trump because of everything that they've thrown at him, but instead, he's doing fantastic. And so now, old Joe is afraid to commit to actually debating him.
Will you commit to a debate with former President Trump? It depends on his behavior.
What he means is they're waiting for their internal polling data to reveal whether or not they think that if he dodges the debate, if that's going to make Joe Biden look weak, or if that's going to be offset by going toe-to-toe with Donald Trump and being completely and utterly humiliated. Camel-Face Harris was also asked about the debate, because old Joe's looking a little cowardly there, and whether or not she would commit to facing off against Donald Trump's running mate, and of course, she dodged that question as well. Old Joe is in a lose-lose situation, because if he doesn't debate Donald Trump, he's going to look pathetically weak. If he does debate Donald Trump, he's going to probably look even more weak, because Donald Trump is going to mop the floor with old Joe, and that's going to be a doozy. And in case you missed yesterday's video about the doozy of a State of the Union address, you can get free shipping this weekend on any of the shirts from markdice.com by using the promo code DOOZY at the checkout. So get your Sorry No Vacancy, Deport Them All shirt, the classic Wanted for President, Trump mugshot shirt, or any of my awesome designs, all available in a t-shirt, long sleeve, and a hoodie, and a whole bunch of different colors as well. So head on over to markdice.com or click the link in the description below. Enter the promo code DOOZY at the checkout to get free shipping this weekend in the U.S. and check them out.